Testing, testing, testing. Hello, everyone. And we are live. And these are going to be the player ratings for all the Champions League games that happened on. So yeah, this is going to be a review and the player ratings from all the Champions League games that happened this week on Tuesday the 6th and Wednesday the 7th of April 2021 in the quarterfinals of the Champions League first leg. I thought I'd do this in a live format instead of an upload because I feel it would go on for I felt for an upload this type of video would be too long. So if I'm reviewing more than 2 matches from here onwards, I will be doing a live rating instead of a pre-upload. And that can also help me see what the viewers think as well. And they can put their... Hey, Tyrone. Yeah, sorry, I meant first leg, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to do since I'm reviewing more than one match, I will be doing the ratings live, and that way you all can get involved in the comments below. So Tyrone, if you're still there, you can help me with the player ratings. And if you just come, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. And yeah, let's review the matches first. Yeah, so we start with Manchester City versus Borussia Dortmund. Manchester City won the game 2-1. It should have ended 2-2, but unfortunately, Jude Bellingham had a goal disallowed. Could have been 3-1, but Man City had a penalty disallowed. But yeah, it is what it is. In my opinion, a well-deserved first leg lead for Pep Guardiola's men. They deserved at least a draw. Man City was slightly the better team, but that's up for debate. So yeah, let's get into the player ratings now. Starting off with Manchester City, and starting off as we always do in my player ratings video. In goal, Edouard Mendy. Sorry, what? Ederson. I'm so used to doing just Chelsea player ratings that it's become a thing. So in goal, Ederson. He made a massive save towards the end of the first half against Jude Bellingham to keep the game scoreless. And then another against Marco Reus to keep the lead. And he got bailed out by a terrible mistake and a phantom foul call at halftime. He gets a 6.5 out of 10. Tyrone, you give a 7. Yeah, I give him a 6.5. Now we move on to the defense. Kyle Walker. He was strong in the opening half, providing defensive coverage and picking out passing lanes. He did well to get to the end of the line and get involved in the play into the final third, even if it did mean absolutely nothing, and they kept quite connected. He gets a 7 out of 10. And I'm going to give you a bit of a Europa League update. Currently, as things stand, it's 0-0 at the Emirates. And Man United have an away goal in Spain. And that goal came courtesy of England international Marcus Rashford. Seven for Kyle Walker. Yeah, you giving him a 7. Now we move on to our next defender, John Stones. He was put into some tough situations due to poor decisions from Ruben Diaz, but he was reliable throughout the night. He gets a 7 out of 10. And from when I last checked in the Europa League, Unai Emery's Villarreal have an away goal in Croatia, and it is currently 1-1. I don't think so. I think they could win it. 6.5 for John Stones. I think United could win the Europa League. So yeah, it's 1-1 in Amsterdam. They are playing in Amsterdam, right? Yeah. Now we move on to his centre-back partner in Ruben Diaz. He is one Rolls-Royce of a defender, that Ruben Diaz. So, my. Sorry if I've frozen. Oh, yeah, my internet's decided to slow down for a bit there. United are bottle jobs. Well, they can be, but I think this is their year. They get to a final. I mean, this has been an unpredictable year so far for everyone. So yeah, he's Ruben Diaz. He struggled on the ball against Dortmund's pressure during the first half, and he eventually settled into a slight improvement, but came up the back, but narrowly avoided a couple of disastrous mistakes. He gets a 6 out of 10. You're saying 6. You're agreeing with me. Now we move on to João Cancelo. He was active on the flank for Man United and for Man City, and combined well with Gundogan and Foden throughout the entire game. Yeah, he was okay. 7 out of 10 for João Cancelo. Sorry, I said United. I am watching the United game on another screen. Hey, maybe I'll do my watch-alongs here from now on. It's much more comfortable. The lighting's much better. You're saying 6.5. I'm just sharing the link to get more people involved. So you're saying 6.5. Yeah, I'm sticking with my 7. Now we move on to Rodri. Rodri. He was active on the ball in the final third. He tried to get a penalty in the first half, but that was overturned by VAR, and had some poor judgment in passing. But overall, a good performance from the Spaniard. He gets a 6 out of 10. Now we move on to his midfield partner, the German Ilkay Gundogan. He played for 90 minutes, made an assist. He was really strong in the midfield, in both facilitating and disrupting Dortmund. Linked up well with the back line and assisted Foden's winner. He gets an 8 out of 10. Six. Is that for Gundogan or for Rodri? It'll help if you put the name next to the number. And yeah, Arsenal are on the attack. Man United, the ball's gone out of play. 7.5. Okay. Hi. Now we move on to the world's best midfielder. I don't care what anyone says. Kevin De Bruyne. Provided the build-up and finish into Manchester City's opening goal, and he frustrated a lot of Dortmund's midfield and defense with his positioning. Full-on superstar, making it look easy for him. And another goal update. Sorry, no, not goal update. So yeah, as things stand, Man United have an advantage of an away goal. But that, and it's currently 0-0 at the Emirates. So yeah, moving back to KDB. 9 out of 10. Seven. Thanks. Yes, get involved with the player ratings, Richard. I want to hear your input. Yeah, 9 out of 10 for KDB. We're playing poorly, but in a way win. Yeah, you have 1 foot in the semis. What do I use to stream my lives? StreamYard. Thank you. Yes, so KDB, 9 out of 10, and by far the best player on the pitch. Riyad Mahrez. He played for the whole 90 minutes and made 1 assist. Strong hold-up play in attack, even though it was not what he's known for. And he's good on the ball in the first half and active in dangerous spaces. Kept the ball in place to provide the assist for the opening goal. And the Algerian Messi gets an 8.7 out of 10. Now, Phil Foden. He got 1 goal and played the whole 90. What a player he is. He had good movement both on and off the ball in the first half. He was involved in build-up play on KDB's opening goal. He was good in maneuvering against the opposition during the second half. Missed some chances, but scored the game winner. He gets an 8 out of 10. So yeah. Phil Foden, 8 out of 10. "84 minutes in, and it's still goalless at the Emirates." And now we move on to Bernardo Silva. He was really active in the first half with good movement both on and off the ball, despite no goals to show for it. He was subbed off in the 58th minute for Gabby Jesus. And I'm giving him an average 6 out of 10. And Arsenal are now 1-0 up. And the goal came from who was it? The goal came from hang on, this isn't a watch along. Nicolas Pepe. And Man United are making a substitute. Donny van de Beek is coming onto the pitch. So yeah, we now move on to the forward, which is Gabby Jesus. He was subbed on for Bernardo Silva. He was active around the opposition box, had strong movement off the ball for City, providing them with the true forward presence they lacked. 6 out of 10 for Gabby Jesus. You're giving him a 5.5. 6. Okay. Yeah, but listen, he might have been a flop, but we can't laugh because Werner hasn't been hitting the ground running either. 6. Right. Now let's rank the manager. I'm going to give Pep a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give him an 8, actually. 8 out of 10. Kind of overthought it, but yeah. But he got away with the win. If he wants to see out the tie and stand a chance against PSG or Bayern Munich in the semis, he can't afford to overthink. 7 for Pep. Unfortunately, right, we now move on to the Real Madrid versus Liverpool game. Now, Real Madrid are now leading 3-1 against Liverpool, the exact scoreline from the 2018 Champions League final. But I cannot be the only one who thinks this tie isn't over. Because if anyone can turn around this sort of deficit, if anyone can do comebacks against Spanish teams, it's Liverpool. Look, it happened in Istanbul. It happened in the Nou Camp. Nothing's impossible in football, especially with Liverpool. Anyway, let's go on to rate Real Madrid and Liverpool. So starting off in goal, a player who snaked us, Thibaut Courtois. He played the full 90 as most goalkeepers in the world do. The Belgian did not have to deal with a whole lot. He did quite well on the crosses, but couldn't do much on the goal. He'll get an average 6 out of 10. Let's see your ratings. Look, man, you can only go on for so many games without winning. Someone's being booked in the Granada game. It's a Granada who's been booked. 5.5. Now, come on, you can't bring sentiment into it. I'm being fair here. Look, I'll never forgive him for what he did to us. But if I had to give that, I have to give him a fair rating for today's game. So now we move on to the defenders. Ferland Mendy. He was decent enough, did not get forward much at all. He sat back to help an unmanned defense. His positioning to defend crosses was great at times. He gets a 7 out of 10. And Arsenal have conceded. Slavia Praha have an away goal. So as things stand, and Man United have a penalty, and they score. Man United now have 2 away goals. As things stand, if it ends 0-0 in Prague, Arsenal get knocked out. Now we move on to the defender in Nacho. Wait, United are what? It's still nil. It's still 2-0 at United's ground, unless I'm behind. Right. Nacho. A good defensive performance is all I can say. 7 out of 10. Now, if it stays 1-1, Eder Militao. He wasn't overly busy until the second half, and there he wasn't cautious enough. Got faked out. His shoes by Diogo Jota on Liverpool's first goal. He should have done better, but improved as the match went on. He gets a 7 out of 10. Now we move on to Lucas Vazquez. He created one chance, which was awarded with an assist. The Croatian was one Rolls Royce of a midfielder on the ball in his passing, but didn't get up the field too far. He was confident and helped with passing the ball out wide. He gets a 5.5 out of 10. Nah, too harsh. 6 out of 10. Seven. Casemiro. He was not involved much, as expected, but that was by design. He sat in defensively to help a thin back line and did enough. He had a couple of chances to make something happen in attack, but his passing was off. 6 out of 10. Toni Kroos. He is still one of the best midfielders in the world. His assist for the opener was absolutely sublime. Serving it on a plate for Vinicius. And had a 94.1% pass completion rate, more than any other player on the pitch. He gets an 8.5 out of 10. Okay, no, that's a fair rating. Vinicius Jr. I'm just going to say it. 2 goals. He was lively throughout the game. He gets a 9 out of 10 and he is my man of the match. Marco Asensio. He was good. He was in good form as of late, and he continued it with his finish in the first half. That was a big goal. That should earn him more minutes moving forward in Zidane's team. 7 out of 10. Karim Benzema made some good runs, had issues getting enough space to take on cracks. Often had 2 defenders on him, but he can live with that. A 6 out of 10 for the Frenchman. You give him an 8.5, man of the match. Asensio 7. Benz 6. Federico Valverde. He came off the bench for 20 minutes to see out the result defensively and did exactly what he had to do. 6 out of 10. Now we move on to Zinedine Zidane, the manager. He got everything tactically spot on. Outclassed Jurgen Klopp in every single way. Now, as we know, Liverpool are known for being comeback kings. So he can't get too complacent going to Anfield. Yes, I know their form hasn't been great, but still, you can't underestimate Liverpool at all. So, as Mary Poppins would usually say, yeah, I'm bringing in references from Disney movies. As Mary Poppins would say, practically perfect in every way. So Zidane gets an 8 out of 10. Now we move on to Liverpool's player ratings. So, starting off in goal. For a long time, I had him as the best goalkeeper in the world. Not anymore. His positioning... I'll just say it. He gets a 2 out of 10. You give Zidane a 7.5 out of 10. Alisson 2. He was dog shit yesterday on Tuesday. Trent, he had a defensive disaster class and got a yellow card. I don't know if he misses the next game, the leg at Anfield, because of that. So yeah, a defensive disaster class. I'm just going to say it. 1 out of 10. Alisson 4. TAA 1. Now, Nathaniel Phillips. Benzema could not believe that Phillips missed a regulation clearing header. He felt a top off to drop when Vinicius sprinted behind he wasn't quick enough for Modric's third either. Three. Now we move on to the left back, Andrew Robertson. It is so damning to him, with faint praise, to say that he was the best of Liverpool's defenders. And that's probably all he was. His passing to the final third was rubbish. Defensively, the best you could say Robertson is that Madrid soon realised that others in his regard were even more accommodating. For that, I'm going to give him a 5. Now we move on to Fabinho. He was overwhelmed, attempting to plug every gap in Liverpool's defence. Proved to be too much, even for Fabinho, who did not cover himself at all in or any sort of glory by letting Luka Modric run away in the build-up to score Madrid's third goal. He gets a 3 out of 10. Matt Phillips. Don't know if you're trying to bait me. Who is Matt Phillips? Oh, no. I wouldn't take any player from West Brom. That's Nathaniel Phillips, not Matt Phillips. Come on, hit the lights up. Naby Keita. He gets a 3 out of 10. Being substituted at half-time is all that says about him. Jorginho Wijnaldum. The limitations of his passing range were all the more produced before Thiago Alcantara's introduction, but he hardly seemed more impressive going forward. Even though deep positions from his first instinct seem to be to move the ball sideways off the first, he gets a 4.5 out of 10. Oh, was it not? Was it before that? Wow. I'll give him a 5. Who is this cat? Who is this? Now we move on to Mohamed Salah. An excellently taken goal was all about Liverpool could have realistically asked for. Who, in addition to scoring, had created half the chances for Liverpool. He gets a 6 out of 10. He was one of their better performers. Can someone tell me who Cal the Dragon is? If this person's trying to bait me, just give him a warning. Diogo Jota. In what seems unfair to judge him for not doing the job of Roberto Firmino, what would have done, but Liverpool needed someone harassing Real Madrid's midfielders, ensuring they did not get the yards of space they had to pick passes. Still, perhaps the Brazilian might not have revived the tires Jota did in the second half when he was fearless and running a creative passing teed up for Salah in Liverpool's goal. He also gets a 6 out of 10. No one's being rude to me. Right. Where was I? Jota. 6. Sadio Mane. He was poor. All I'm going to say is that he was poor, and I'll give him a 5 out of 10, but not dog shit. Would I sign Ethan and Pardew back? Yeah, why not? He'll be good for squad depth purposes. Yeah, I know who Ethan and Pardew is. I am going to give Mane a 5. Thiago Alcantara. He made the team better, and for that reason alone, I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Now we move on to the blockbuster game. Now this is the game that surprised me the most. Bayern Munich versus PSG. PSG have 3 away goals, but if anyone thinks this tie is over, is just kidding themselves. So we start with Bayern Munich. And we start off with Manuel Neuer, currently the world's best goalkeeper. He was poor. Utterly exposed to Mbappe's opening goal as a shot simply went through him. He could have done better on Marquinhos' effort as well, but did sweep very well behind him. His high defensive line that made an impressive stop from Neymar in the second half. Got beaten at his near post for PSG's 3rd goal. But that was more down to the poor defense in front of him. 3 out of 10 for Manuel Neuer. Would I sign back Alvaro Morata? No. PSG. No, if you saw my my watch along, I had them to draw the game 2-2. Yeah. 3. The only way you're going to win Europa is if every other competition, if every other team gets banished from it. You just conceded an away goal. Yeah, 1-1. Whoever... If an Arsenal fan just tries to troll me, just remind them of Baku in 2012. Oh, and Michael Essien's absolute screamer. Benjamin Pavard. Fabulous assist for Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting's goal. And he defended his flank really well. He gets an 8 out of 10. Remember? Yeah, but do you remember Baku from the season before that? The Europa League is better than the FA Cup. Would I? No, I wouldn't. Now, where was I? Benjamin Pavard gets an 8 out of 10. Niklas Zula got completely destroyed by PSG's attack and he was subbed off before halftime. That's it. He gets a 3 out of 10. I'll have to finish this by 10:30. So I'm just going to go through the player ratings fast. David Alaba. He's getting a 6 out of 10. He has half his head in Madrid. Lucas Hernandez, 7 out of 10. He was really solid. Next is Joshua Kimmich. 8 out of 10. Sorry, 9 out of 10. And the man of the match. And that shows a lot. That he was the man of the match in a team that lost the game. By far the best DM in the world. Having said that, I think he is suspended for the game in Paris. Leon Goretzka got injured and was forced off before halftime. Didn't impact the game that much. Leon. Five. Leroy Sané, average, 6. Keep living in your little bubble, mate. Thomas Muller, 7. Excellent header to draw them level. Unfortunately, Mbappe scored 1 more. Aston Villa. Burnley. Aston Villa, Burnley. Need I go on? You're trying to banter me for losing to West Brom. Anyway, where was I? Kingsley Coman, 6. Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting, Stoke's finest, 7. Now we move on to PSG. Keylor Navas. I'm going to go through these quickly. I have to go in 8 minutes. Made some impressive saves. Yeah, but is that going to mean anything at the end of the season? Maybe. Right. Sorry if I'm not reading through all your comments, by the way. Colin Dagba was good defensively, 8 out of 10. You took someone. Look where you're sat in the table. Marquinhos. 8 out of 10. Presnel Kimpembe, 7 out of 10. Okay, keep deluding yourself, mate. Eight. I said 7. Abdou Diallo struggled. He gets a 5 out of 10. Five. Danilo Pereira. Look good in midfield, deputizing for Marco Verratti. 8 out of 10. Idrissa Gana Gueye, 9 out of 10. Eight out of 10. 9 out of 10. Angel Di Maria, 9 out of 10. He really is. Julian Draxler had a goal ruled out for offside. But he'll be fine with that since they won. What do you seriously stop trolling? Draxler 7. Neymar 9 out of 10. And the boy wonder himself, Kylian Mbappe, 10 out of 10. Man of the match. Joshua Kimmich was Bayern's man of the match. Sorry. Now we move on to the final game I'm going to rate. Chelsea versus Porto. So starting off in goal, Edouard Mendy, 8 out of 10. Hey, get involved in the player ratings. No insulting people. Cesar Azpilicueta. Solid defensively, 7 out of 10. Andreas Christensen, 7 out of 10. Reece James, 8 out of 10. Jorginho, redemption from West Bromwich Albion, which I gave him a 0 out of 10. He gets a 7 out of 10 today. Although he wasn't that good, he was good enough. Mateo Kovacic, 8 out of 10. Ben Chilwell got the crucial second away goal, 9 out of 10. And he did it in the style of Fernando Torres. Nine out of 10. Mason Mount. Also 9 out of 10. Now that I do agree with you on. That is one thing I do agree with you. Kai Havertz, he gets a 7 out of 10. No, he's actually really good. He's one of their only good players. We have to give credit where credit is due now. Kai, 6.5. Timo Werner. I'll also give him a 6.5. And I'll grade all the subs a 6 out of 10. Hello. 6. And I am going to give Thomas Tuchel a 7 out of 10. Will do. So yeah, those are the player ratings for all the games. Lewis. If you're new to the stream, just subscribe to my channel. I have just hit 300 subscribers. That would be great. So yeah, this is now the end of the stream. If you've just arrived, please remember to like the stream, share the stream, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Social media. I think I'll put the social media in the description once the stream has finished. And with that being said, you have been a wonderful audience. And this is Nipun Sharma signing off. Take care of yourselves. Peace, up the Chelsea, and London is blue. And I shall see you in the next video.